Hello, everyone. I just want to thank you again for joining us here today. Whether it's a good morning, good day, or good afternoon, wherever it is that you're plugging into, I'm glad you're with us. Now, I want to be able to thank you all again for joining Railbookers as we discuss some of the featured packages that we had on Wheels of Fortune. Now, I'm going to be your host for today. My name is Baltazar Lopez, and I'm very excited to share with you a lot of our products. Really, I'm going to talk just really a conversation between us, really of who we are, what is it that we do, and really what we specialize in putting together. And most importantly, I'll even discuss some of the advantages that you have by booking through Railbookers, which just isn't available anywhere else in the marketplace today. Now, what I do want to let you know as we start going into this, just know if you ever have any kind of questions, you can always input them into the question box as you see here. This presentation is going to be about 30 to 45 minutes. And I know that there's probably a few of our travelers joining us as I'm doing this intro. But again, if you're joining now, my name is Baltazar Lopez, and I'm very excited to share with you a lot of our top rail vacation packages that were featured on Wheels of Fortune. Now, you can also download your own personal handout here. So you can actually download it to your desktop, print it out, however you'd like, just to see some of the promotions we currently have going on. And if you have to step away or if maybe the kids are asking for you, you can always give us a call at 888-829-3040 to receive maybe a quote on a trip you're interested in. Or you can always visit our website, railbookers.com. That's how you can maybe follow along if you'd like to. Now, with so many travelers plugging in with us right now, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page because I'm sure many of you have done some research on Railbookers and maybe some of you have never heard of Railbookers. So, really, who are we? Well, Yankee Holidays was actually our first brand established 47 years ago. That was in 1972. Now, in 2007, Yankee Leisure Group was formed as we're managing multiple brands. Today, we now have three distinct brands: Amtrak Vacations, Yankee Holidays, and Railbookers. And you can almost think of it as more of six brands because with Railbookers, we have sub brands known as Amtrak, Via Rail Vacations, Trenitalia Vacations, and Eurostar Vacations, all by Railbookers. Now, just 6 years ago, Yankee Leisure Group was based solely in the Boston area, but now we have offices in Southern California, London, Beverly, Massachusetts, and even Sydney, Australia. But I'm going to focus more on our Railbookers brand, where we've actually been servicing the UK and Australia market since 2003, but we recently opened up Railbookers to the US market at the end of 2017, which is why it may seem that we're a newer brand. However, we've been well established in the vacation industry. Now, this is the European rail network, and just kind of think when you try to maybe looking at vacation packages, or maybe you want to take a train throughout the European area, you'll notice that you can put that together, but typically you can only get maybe 3 or 6 months of pricing and scheduling, and you actually have to connect all the different routes. Where with rail bookers, we are actually partnered with every single rail system, which represented here, all the different colors are all the different rail systems, where we can actually put together any kind of trip, no matter where you want to start or end from, because that's what we specialize in, versus yourself having to piece it together on your own. Now, I'm really going to talk about a few main points, especially going over a handful of our packages. But these are going to be the points I really focus on. And just if any questions come up, you can always input them into the question box. But the first thing I want to address is kind of the elephant in the room. The common misconception is that when you think of a rail vacation, you only think about maybe luxury trains or sightseeing trains, and that's the whole focus of the trip. Where, in a sense, that is considered a rail vacation. However, with rail bookers, we're much more than that. Just imagine if you want to book a hotel in Venice and you want to book a hotel in Rome. And it sounds very nice, but what's your way of connecting the two cities? Do you just use a taxi? Do you use a shuttle? Do you use maybe you rent a car? Well, with Railbookers, we just use a train, the high-speed trains, as a form of transportation from city to city. So we can actually assist you in creating the perfect package where we don't just book the rail. We book the rail, the hotels, ferries and transfers, sightseeing tours, activities. We pretty much do it all together in a package for you. That's how you can have the best trip possible. And yes, we can book luxury trains. We can book sightseeing trains, and that's also included in our packages. But we also do fully FIT trips, where if you're focused on a specific trip and you just need transportation wise, well, we would book all the accommodations as well as the rail. Now, here's the huge game changer. Maybe rail doesn't come up as the first mind of thought where that's the first thing you have to book when it comes to a vacation. But you probably notice if you looked into the rail 3, 6 months prior, you're not able to get the pricing or schedules. Or because you're not able to get the pricing, you go to maybe a supplier. You kind of ask them, what would this price be at this date? And they'll give you an estimated cost. But as the date gets closer to departure, they have to have that conversation with you how the price had gone up. Well, this is where the game changer is with Railbookers. We're actually directly partnered with all of our with all the rail systems throughout the European and North American area, where we can actually book all of our vacations up to 24 months in advance, including pricing and schedules. So now we can help you out with more of the long-term reservations, so we can actually take care of your trip at the time of booking as it should be, versus just booking part of your trip and then worrying that your trip isn't complete. We can take care of it for you. And flexibility. Maybe you've tried getting a quote for a European package, but have you ever noticed maybe with different operators, the package didn't really fit with what you wanted to do? Yes, of course it was nice, the standard Venice, Florence, Rome, standard Prague, Vienna, Budapest, but you felt like it was missing something and they didn't allow you to change it or rearrange it. Maybe you wanted first class instead of standard. You never know. Well, with Railbookers, we can actually add and or change components to any of our packages. We could add additional rail or accommodations, and if we don't have a package that fits your needs, we'll just build one from scratch. Many tour operators, they offer their own Prague, Vienna, Budapest, and a Venice, Florence, Rome, but how often would you want the capabilities to deviate off that path? This is what really makes Railbookers special to your booking experience. And I understand flexibility, customization, it can kind of be a general term. So I want to go a little bit deeper into it. We have a package that goes London to Paris, 3 nights in London, 3 nights in Paris. Let's just say that you love the package, but you want to visit Amsterdam for a few nights. That's not a problem with us. We can actually break off our package and start in London, go to Amsterdam, and then end up in Paris. But let's kind of make it a little more difficult. Let's add in where you want to have 5 nights in London, 1 night over in Paris, and then maybe 4 nights in Amsterdam because it fits with your schedule better. Not a problem. We can easily put that together, and what comes out is your customized vacation. And then let's say at the very end you love it, but you actually want to fly into Paris and fly out of London. Then you want to just reverse the whole package. Perfect. Just speak with our consultants. We can rearrange it that easily, and then you'll have your customized vacation. Nothing's too much or too little for us. And maybe you enjoy taking river cruises. Maybe you love a river cruise, but you're kind of looking for what's next. Like what's the next opportunity? What's the next kind of vacation? But we also specialize in the pre and post packages because with river cruises they offer their own pre and post cruise packages, but typically they're confined to the port cities or they require a long bus ride in order to take you beyond the port cities. But if you don't hit that required minimum number of travelers on that bus, they don't operate the bus. So with Railbookers, we actually have our vacation packages capabilities. They're designed to actually take you beyond the port cities. So you can actually see regions not accessible by a riverboat or a cruise ship. And since we fully FIT tour operators, there's no minimum number of travelers required. We can make the perfect pre and post trip that you're looking for. Just give us a date and we can set it up. And these are a few of our packages that we actually usually recommend, where packages based off of post-cruise trips or pre-cruise trips. Say you're ending a cruise in Basel, well, we have a Zermatt and St. Moritz package. We'll go over to Zermatt for a few nights, visit Brig to go on the Glacier Express to go over to Core. We'll get you to St. Moritz, and then you'll jump on the Bernina Express so you can go into Toronto, Italy. Then you'll come back over so you can end in Zurich. Yes, it's a little bit of different connections, but because of that, you'll see iconic views of the Matterhorn. You'll explore the Swiss Alps on the Bernina and the Glacier Express. You'll be able to enjoy amazing Italian food, all from that extra post trip. Or our Lucerne and Zurich from Basel package. It's a great package because all you do is go to Lucerne and Zurich, and because of that, you'll be able to enjoy the Jungfraujoch, which goes to the top of Europe, where on a clear day you can see as far back as the Black Forest of Germany. Now, we'll even have a trip to Mount Pilatus, where you can visit the Dragon's Lair. You'll go up to one of the steepest cogwheel trains out there. And when you're at the top, you can do some hiking trails, enjoy some restaurant food. You'll go on a ferry, a cogwheel train, so many different activities. And then you'll see lakeside views of Lausanne and, of course, Bernina and Glacier Express. And these are just a handful of activities that you can do, and we can custom fit it to really put exactly what you want in there. So there's just an infinite amount of possibilities, and we can fit it to your schedule. And some of our popular pre and post cruise destinations are, as you see on the screen, Vancouver, Paris, Munich, Rome, Budapest, Basel, Amsterdam, and even Seattle. And we frequently work in conjunction with Viking, Uniworld, Avalon, Norwegian, Princess. Like I said, just give us the dates that you're looking for, the dates that you'll be on your cruise, what you're interested in, and the cities you want to see, and we can create the whole package for you. Now, I'm actually going to go a little bit into the packages themselves. And maybe there's a few overlapping on certain cities, but I'm going to go over our top five packages as mentioned in the Wheel of Fortune. And with these packages, they're all different walks of life. This one is actually our ultimate Venice, Florence, and Rome package, one of my favorites, and it's usually the go-to for maybe first-time travelers in the European area. Now, with this package, it's pretty standard: 2 nights in Venice, 2 nights in Florence, 2 nights in Rome. Now, in this package, kind of diving into the package itself, you're going to begin in Venice. Now, in Venice, you'll have a 2 night stay. I'd recommend arriving, going straight to your hotel property, enjoying it. You have breakfast included in all of our European properties. And then after that, you'll actually be heading over. You have a gondola ride included. You have a tour that takes you through the back streets of Venice to unearth the hidden gems within the city. And after you enjoy your time in Venice, you'll head over to Florence. You'll take the high-speed trains where they'll take you over to Florence, and you'll have a 2 night stay there. Now, Florence is a great place to really take in all the different museums that are offered. We have skip the line passes to the Uffizi Gallery, which is home to famous Renaissance masterpieces. A lot of history tours, and these are just activities that you can do. But really, it's so you can browse around as much as you like. We can fill up your schedule with many tours and activities, or we can kind of give you just city passes so you can enjoy it at your own leisure. Then you'll head over to Rome, where you'll check in for a 2 night stay. Rome, and then Eternal City. It's an amazing location where we'll have a skip the line pass to the Colosseum, skip the line pass to the Sistine Chapel and the Vatican Museum. So you can actually explore as much as you like. And I'd always recommend visiting the Trevi Fountain, very well known. And by the end of the night, there's about 3,000 euros that are scooped up at the bottom of the basin, and they donate it to local Catholic charities. So it's a great way to be able to enjoy your vacation and also impact families and society. And these are a few of my colleagues who actually just came back from that vacation package, all photos that they took directly from their cell phones. So this is a quick week-long journey, and it's only starting from $1,199. That's a great package at a great price. Now, this is our Canadian Rockies Discovery Eastbound. This is usually the go-to for maybe someone's first time traveling into Canada because it gives you the full works when it comes to enjoying the Canadian Rockies, sleeping overnight on the train, which I understand is a common question, and just really getting the full beauty of the Canadian Rockies with the different hidden gems and the hidden cities. So you're actually going to begin your trip in Vancouver, where you're going to have a 3 night stay. Now in Vancouver, you'll have a hop on, hop off sightseeing pass, so you can actually explore the town. So for those of you who may or may not know, the hop on, hop off pass, it's a tour or a trolley that picks you up at a certain location. You ride around it. There's a tour guide on board giving different, showing about the different destinations, the history behind it. And if there's a stop that you find interesting, you can actually get off at one of their stops, go do your own touring around, and say you want to get back on the tour where you left off, just go back to that same stop, jump on board, and you can continue on your tour where you left off. So it's your tour guide and your transportation all in one. And in Vancouver, we also have Victoria Island involved. So we included a day trip where on one of your nights during Vancouver, or one of your days, I should say, we'd recommend going over to Victoria. We include a ferry that takes you over to Victoria Island, and you can visit the famous Bouchard Gardens, where there's about 1 million travelers that just visit these gardens, go through the cobblestone lanes. Then you can just head back on the ferry back over to Vancouver to have your final night. Now, from Vancouver, after you have your final night, after your 3 nights, you're going to head over to Jasper. Now, Jasper is an alpine town within the Jasper National Park. And on that journey, you're actually going to stay one overnight on the train. Now, there are sleeping quarters, so you can have economy class where you just sleep in your chair, very cost efficient. We have our berths where it provides you a bed, but there's a heavy curtain that encloses you from the other passengers. So, great way for a sleeping accommodation, but it's still not a private room. We have the cabins, cabin for one, cabin for two. So you can actually have access to your own room, door that locks from the inside, so you have your privacy. And then, of course, you have your prestige class, but that's only available if you're going farther than just Jasper. You have to stay at least 2 nights overnight on the train to have access to the luxury prestige class. And it's a room with heated walls, heated floors, double-sized bed for two. That you have your own personal concierge. You have bar services included, your own private lounge. It's the top of the top. Usually, a lot of travelers take that trip in order to go all the way cross country, which we are able to do as well. Now in Jasper, you'll have a 2 night stay. Now from Jasper to Banff, there's actually no train. So you actually will take a shuttle, but our shuttles will take you on a tour. So we're going to take you through the Fields Parkway, where you'll be able to go on the Ice Explorer, as pictured here, where you can actually explore the glaciers. I'd recommend bringing an empty water bottle so you can bring back some of the best tasting water ever because it's coming directly from the glacier. You can go on the Glacier Skywalk, which is a glass horseshoe like bridge that actually hangs over one of the cliffs. So you can really get the full feeling of just being overhead over a cliff. So a lot of different activities up until you get to Banff. Now, when you arrive in Banff, beautiful location, one of the most photographed areas within the Canadian area. And with Banff, you'll have a 2 night stay. Now, just like Jasper, these towns are frequently sold out and it's very difficult to get availability. But because of our partnerships, we have the allotment in these highly sought out destinations where speak to our consultants and we can make it happen. Now, of course, sooner the better, because when we do run out of our allotment, well, then we're going to have to plan for next year. Now, after Banff and after enjoying Lake Louise, which is very world renowned for the most beautiful lake out there in the world, you will then go over to Calgary for your final night. Now, in your last night in Calgary, you can really just do as much as you like. It's a beautiful city, a lot of festivals. The Calgary Stampede is here. The concerts are going to be in this location. So there's going to be a lot for you to do. And again, we can always add on multiple nights, or if you would like to extend this package, we can actually take you back to Jasper so you can go off to Toronto to maybe visit Niagara Falls or just go cross country for a few nights on the train. Whatever you're looking for, we can create it. If you want a long journey, great. If you want a short journey, we can short it. So this is a 10-day package only starting from $2,099. Now, this is our classic Glacier and Bernina Express. I really like this package because it's only a 5-day trip, but you'll be able to explore Jungfraujoch, the Glacier Express, and the Bernina Express while going throughout Switzerland and a little peek into Italy. So you're actually going to begin in Interlaken. Now, Interlaken, the name is actually just saying that Interlaken means that it's a city in between two lakes, which is pretty nice actually, because you've seen maybe towns that are on a riverfront, on a lakefront, on different kinds of ocean fronts, but in between two lakes is a pretty privileged position. Now, it also has beautiful views of the world famous icy icons, the Eiger, Monk, and the Jungfrau, which these are beautiful glaciers where you actually can ride on one of them because in one of your night stays, you'll have a day trip that goes over to Jungfraujoch, known as the top of Europe. Now, like this is the same location where on a clear day you can see as far back as the Black Forest of Germany. And Jungfraujoch, it's at first I was wondering what can you really do up there, but at the very top you'll actually be able to go to one of the many different restaurants that they offer. You can explore the chocolate shop that they have up there. You can walk on a glacier, visit the Sphinx Observatory, and they even have an ice palace with walls as smooth as cut glass, where they have different ice sculptures, a frosty reception at 26 degrees Fahrenheit, where you can just take advantage of all the different activities, and we'll bring you back down the mountain on a different angle. That's so you can see sights you missed the first time around. Now, after you arrive in Interlaken, you head over to Core. You'll then take the Glacier Express. Now, the Glacier Express, it's a very well-known train for its scenery that it offers. It goes right through the Swiss Alps, and it even provides views of the Matterhorn. Now, the Glacier Express, there's first class, second class, and even the excellence class. And you can always speak to our consultants to go deeper into detail, and that's how they can even price it out for you. But the main difference is that the second class, it offers 2x2 seating. First class offers 2x1 seating, and the excellence class, well, you're pretty much guaranteed a window seat no matter what. and you can even order meals on board, which is about $30 to $45. And with this route, it's actually known as one of the slowest express trains, only traveling at an average about 24 miles per hour. But it goes through, like just Brig to Core, it's the most popular portion, where you go through the Rhine Gorge. It's basically the Grand Canyon of Switzerland. And then it even again, provides amazing views of the Matterhorn. Now, when you arrive into Core, you'll be able to stay for a 2 night stay. And Core is just a beautiful location. You can take the time to really, grab a local meal, visit a 12th century cathedral, and it's just a great city to be based out of before you take the Bernina Express. Now, the Bernina Express, on one of your day trips, you'll take this route. This is actually what all toy train sets aspire to be, because the Bernina Express is going to take your breath away as you explore the Swiss Alps on the red carriages that it offers. It's a very traditional train. It'll take you into Toronto, Italy. When you arrive there, you can enjoy maybe a lunch in Toronto, maybe browse around. Just take your time. And then you can actually jump back onto the Bernina Express so you can catch sites you may have missed the first time around. And this is Toronto, where you can go on a little hiking trail, meals. There's a cathedral that you can actually visit. So it's going to be a very memorable trip. So again, it's a quick 5-day trip. Seems as if there's so much more involved, but it's only starting from $1,099. Now, this is our ultimate Berlin, Prague, Vienna, and Budapest package. You're going to go through 4 countries, 2 nights at each location with this amazing package. You'll start off in Berlin. Now, you'll stay 2 nights here. Great location because we include the Berlin card and the hop on, hop off pass. So you'll have access to all the different museums that they offer, and the hop on, hop off pass gets you to those locations. Then you'll head over to Prague for a 2 night stay. Now, Prague, it's very well known for the city of 100 spires because of its steeple woven skyline. The amazing scenery, the architecture that it offers. We include a hop on, hop off bus tour, as well as a Prague car that gets you into the astronomical clock tower, the new town hall, Baroque library, Baroque works, and even Muir Chapel. So many more activities as well. Then you're going to head over to Vienna for a 2 night stay. Now, in Vienna, it's going to be a great location to visit maybe St. Rupert's Church, Hofburg Palace, the Stevens Cathedral, and it's a 3-hour tour that you'll be able to explore. And we even include a Vienna card and a hop on, hop off bus ticket as well. Then you'll arrive into Budapest for a 2 night stay. Now, Budapest included the hop on, hop off tour, and then just different activities. We even have a tour in the Budapest card, which gives you access to over 60 attractions within the city. So again, a lot of things going on with this package. A 9-day trip, only starting from $1,299. Now, this is actually the final package I wanted to touch on, and it's our Italian Lakes and Mountains package. Your trip is going to begin in Rome, and it's going to end in Zurich, Switzerland. Now, with this package, I'll help break it down a little bit. Beginning in Rome, you'll have a 2 night stay. Now, we can include the skip of the line passes to the Vatican City, the Sistine Chapel, the Colosseum. But with this package, you'll just have your 2 night stay. Then you're going to head over to Stresa. Now, when you head to this location, it's more of a day trip that you'll experience out of Rome. And this is a great place to really grab some dining opportunities. You'll see the beautiful Lake Maggiore and visit different historical churches. Then from here, you'll head back over to Rome, where from Rome, you're going to head over to Como. Now, Como, hence Lake Como, that's what you're really out there to experience, the different lakes. There's alpine peaks. There's just beautiful architecture that's hanging off the side of the mountains. And you'll have breakfast in your properties. You'll be able to enjoy maybe the different art galleries that they offer. And we even offer a lake tour as well. And you'll have 2 nights in this location. Then you're going to head over to Milan for a 1 night stay. Now, I'd recommend taking a trip to the Golden Quad, very well known for its pure luxurious shopping that's over in this area. They even have boutique shopping as well, for you can get different options, even dining options. And you can even visit the cathedral that it took centuries just to make. Then you'll head over to St. Moritz for 1 night. And St. Moritz, you'll be able to take the Bernina Express exploring over here, so you can catch sites you missed maybe the first time around. Bernina Express, again, really being what all toy trains aspire to be. And when you arrive in St. Moritz, you'll be able to just enjoy that one night there, maybe browse through the town, maybe extend your nights a few times, and you'll head over to Interlaken. Now, we did talk about Interlaken a little bit. Great place to be based out of to enjoy Jungfraujoch, which is pictured here, where you can go all the way to the top of the mountain of Jungfrau. And same thing, Ice Palace, chocolate shop, restaurants. It's going to be a great trip to be able to take. And then you'll end in Zurich. Now, when you arrive in Zurich, you'll be able to have your final night stay. Again, if you'd like to extend it, you can. And I'd recommend visiting the thermal baths, because at the thermal baths they're maybe about $40 or so, and it looks over the entire city. So many different options, many different tours, activities, or continue on to head over to maybe France or to head into even the UK. So this is a 12-day package only starting from $2,199. Now, some of our other popular itineraries are mentioned here. Our Scenic Switzerland from Zurich package, which is great to really see all the scenic sites throughout Switzerland, and even our essential fjords at the Norwegian coast. We have our Ultimate Rome and Cinque Terre package, our Canadian rail experience Toronto to Vancouver. That's the package that actually takes you cross country. Even our Berlin and Warsaw and Krakow and Vienna package. That's a great package for maybe frequent travelers and you want a mix up. That is a trip I would recommend. So to start wrapping up, what can Railbookers provide for you? Well, independent rail vacations, a perfect trip fit to whatever your desires are. We can do that. We can customize vacations so we can really make your trip everything that you wanted it to be. No longer do you have to kind of browse through package after package and then expecting for you to find that perfect package. If you want a perfect trip, you have to create it. You can't just have the same perfect trip that someone else booked as well. Now, we do have our vacation packages for recommendations because a lot of travelers take those trips, but we can create it itself too. Customizable reservations, insider access. So now we can book rail vacations up to 24 months in advance. You wouldn't be able to do that anywhere else. You would have to maybe get an estimated cost or so and so. Where with us, we can book those trips up to 2 years in advance, pre and post cruise trips, so we can help you out with those reservations because booking cruises typically get booked a year in advance, where we can now book those pre and post activities. And even rail experts. Our consultants are sent on our vacations so they can have the knowledge to better assist you in really like closing what you want to create. So whenever you want to, let's say you are unsure about a specific city or you don't know what kind of city would be in your best interest, provide the interest that you're looking for and our consultants can piece it together. And they can even let you know of a few little hidden gems to make sure you visit while you're traveling. Now, our website's very easy to navigate, railbookers.com. You can go on trip planning to see some live webinars, request a quote, request a brochure. You can even go on destinations and vacation types to select different packages. You can go on special offers. This is where I would go if you know you're going to take a trip, but you have no idea where to start. Just go to special offers so you can already start off by saving a couple $100s off your trip. Now, how to book? Just give us a call. We want to be able to create the perfect trip for you, and our average hold time is 3 seconds. You typically get directly connected to one of our consultants, so you don't need to wait in a long hold time. Our consultants are very excited to be able to communicate with you. So just let them know everything that you're looking for, and they'll put it together. And you can even visit our website to kind of get ideas of packages, but there's even a better way to actually book with us. It's actually calling your local travel agent, or if you've already been working with a travel agent. That is a person that you want to be able to reach out to because you can let them know, I want to book a trip with Railbookers. This is what I'm looking into. Can you help put it together? They can contact us, and we've already worked with a lot of our partners where we can just assist, we can work together where you just give them the information, dust your hands off, and then we'll come back as a team with the perfect trip for you. So I really recommend reaching out to your local travel agent or your go-to agent, then let them know to come to Railbookers so we can assist them that way. Now, I do have a few minutes so I can go over some questions. So if you have any questions, now is the time to input them into the question box. So just give me a quick moment as I pull up these questions. Okay, perfect. I have the questions pulled up here. And with these questions, I see someone's asking about deposit. What does it look like to actually place a deposit and our payment plans required? So, great question. With our reservations, if they're outside of 90 days when you actually book the trip, then all we require is the deposit, which is $250 per passenger, plus the cost of trip protection if you do choose it or not. Now, if the trip is within 90 days, then we require the full payment to be able to make the reservation. Now, okay, I see questions coming up with trip protection. So what the trip protection it covers is you can actually cancel your trip up to one business day prior to departure. So as long as there's a business day before you leave, and you call in saying, "Hey, I want to cancel my trip," then not a problem. We'll actually give you a full refund minus the trip protection, and then you are set for your trip. Well, you would be set for your refund. Now, the trip protection, it also covers you for traveling as well. It covers you for baggage, train connection. So you're going to be covered in that area with your trip protection when you take the trip. So not only does it protect you if you need to cancel, but when you're actually traveling, it's still there for you now. And completely optional whether you choose trip protection or not. We can quote with or without it. So when you call in, just let our consultants know, and every one of our quotes have the detailed information on what it actually covers you for. It's usually something I recommend because again, cancel for any reason up to one business day prior. If you're booking a year and a half in advance, you want to make sure that you're covered. Okay, someone's asking what kind of luxury trains do we offer? So we offer pretty much all the luxury trains. We offer the Venice Simplon Express, the Royal Scotsman, the Eastern and Oriental Express, the Rocky Mountaineers, one of our partners. We also offer the Gone over in Australia. The Golden Eagle, which is the Trans-Siberian train, Trans-Mongolian train. So yes, we book many luxury trains, and we also have very cost-efficient trains as well, like the high-speed trains. That's how we can assist. Maybe if you're looking for maybe anniversary trips where you want five-star service, or maybe family-friendly trips where more cost-efficient trips, we can assist whatever you're looking for. Okay, looks like Steve is asking, does it cost more to actually customize a vacation? So great question. It does not. So the only difference when you customize is that when you call in, if you say you want to take the Venice, Florence, and Rome package, it can take about a minute to actually quote that package over the phone. But if you say you want to go from Norway down to Portugal and you want 2 months of visiting different cities in between all those different countries, then it may take a little more time to actually put it together, where a quote would be sent out within 24 hours. And no matter how crazy it is, we can always get a quote out within 24 hours. So you can have that pricing and you can choose of moving forward with the reservation or adjusting it if you do choose so. So it doesn't cost more if we break apart a package. It just takes a little more time to actually quote it if it's very detailed. But we can still do it either way. Someone's asking what star ratings do we offer in hotels. So we range from 3 to 5 star properties. So again, making it budget friendly, or we can make it more like an anniversary or a celebration event. So you can just let us know on what kind of class are you looking for, first class, standard class, 3, 4, 5 star properties, and we can create that quote based on what it is that you're looking for and the budget you're trying to fit under. And that's very important to let our consultants know as well. That's how they can get you the perfect price. Because if it's general, then they're going to do what most travelers recommend. And if you say, well, I wanted 5 star hotels, then yeah, of course we can put the 5 star. But if you say I wanted 3 or 4 star, then we can do that as well. Okay. Someone said that they joined in a little late if it's going to be recorded, this presentation. So yes, we're actually recording this session now, and I'll make sure I get this recording. It's either going to be this session or the one I did earlier today or the one I did later today, or I'm going to do later today. And that one of those recordings will be emailed over to you so you can go back to it at your earliest convenience. But again, these are just vacations where you're already going to be booking, you're already going to be looking into. Just let us take all the work on our hands so we can actually take care of it for you. So we can have that perfect trip for you. No need to try to get estimated cost or things like that. Just give our consultants a call and we can put together the vacation that you're looking for. Perfect. So I just want to say thank you again to everyone who joined us here today. Again, my name is Baltazar. I'm with Railbookers, and our website's railbookers.com. Our number is 888-829-3040, and our operation hours are Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I look forward to assisting you, and I hope you have a great day. This is Baltazar with Railbookers.